Right, welcome back. So yeah, let's finalise things and get things done. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna import the blend space, like animations and stuff like that I put together for us. Now you may not need these, which is fine. But for the people that do need them, they're available to download in the link in the description as well. So what you want to do is I'm just gonna close this down. Now in here, this is the directory of my actual game called game. So in here, we want to go into content, characters, mannequins, animations, and in this directory, want to download the blend space offset folder. It's just got what we need in it: the offset, the blend space, and some marketplace animations that we can use. I mean, by all means necessary. I am not an animator, so you may have some better ones yourself. But for the sake of the video, this definitely gets across the point of what it is we need to do in it. So we're going to grab all of these. We'll just copy them because I need them actually. Paste those just in there. Ta-da! Wonderful. So that's given us quite a few things that we need. Now another thing I'm going to do is let me just come out of this. So yeah, back in my content, I'll just close this. We'll just open up that. These are some animations that we're going to need, so we'll take these as well. We've got a retarget and some animations that we can use, so that's pretty cool. So let's go back into Unreal. So 3 changes to source content files have been detected. You want to import. I think I've got some duplicates. Don't import. I don't overwrite anything. So yeah, if I go into my AI character, for example, blueprint, we'll open that up. Open up this here, and on our mesh, we'll see we're using the simple, but just here, if we just click on here, we should see our ABP Mani improved. That's one that we want. Let me see if I can just open up this. There we are. So this is set up like the direction, offset and everything just in here. So I didn't want to go over doing all the blueprint stuff for this. What have we got? And obviously our state machine, so that we can look up and down. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? So if we go back into our BP for our AI, we can change the anim class to that, which will be the ABP Mani improved. Yeah. And we'll just save that, close that down. So we should see some different kind of movement. Don't worry about that jerky thing you see there. And if you can see that, we'll fix that. So you'll notice that when we strafe, we should be strafing like properly now, like animating properly. Can you see? So that's a lot better, isn't it? Yep. So when we stop here, you'll notice there's a bit of a flicker here. That's to do with the offset for the AI, so we'll definitely fix that, don't worry about that. Another thing we can do is we can go to our AI, go into our behavior tree, and on each one of these we want to make sure we allow strafe, and also ignore, should we ignore self? We'll definitely allow strafe. Allow strafe. I think ignore self might make us ignore the actual player. Let me just double check. Yeah, let me just close that. Just press play. Yeah, so that strafing's a lot better, isn't it? It's a lot more realistic. The point of allowing strafe is that the movement, I think, looks a bit better. Yeah, so what else we need to do? So yeah, we've got all of that. So in terms of our animations, let's sort that out now. So obviously at the minute we're just printing a string saying equip sword or unequip sword. So let's actually make those animations work. So here we'll notice we've got some slots for animations. I'm not expecting these to work off the bat. What I'm going to have to do, because they're not showing, because we just threw the folders in from like the external directory thing in it. So I'm just going to quickly restart and I'll be back in a moment. Right, I'm back. So yeah, I haven't done anything. I've just restarted. So in the we've got animations here that are now showing, and we've also got the montage ones. The montage ones seem to be bugged out or something, so I'm going to delete these and make new ones. So I'm going to just go to my animations, and if I just right click over my animation, and then I want to create a anim montage of that, this same animation, and click on that. For the default group we want to have our upper body, not like that, sorry. I want to change this. I want to add a new slot. I want to change the slot name to upper body. Yeah. Don't worry about that. That's going to happen. Save that. We'll create one for here as well. Create a montage. Do the same thing again. Change this to upper body. That's it. Save that. And then we'll create a new one for this as well. And we'll just change the same thing again. Upper body. No, I don't want to make a new one. Sorry, yeah, don't make a new slot. It's the slot name that we want to change. Yeah. Just double check that. Yeah, that's fine. Check that. Yeah, that should work. So yeah, so our montages are showing. I'm just going to grab these and put them in the right folder. Animations are from Mixamo, if you need to know. I'll also, let me just assign these animations. So for our equipped sword, we want our withdrawing, that'll be seeding, and this will be withdrawing. So this will make it so that we can, you'll see the animation happen now. Right, I'll just quickly show you guys the state machine that we also downloaded as well, which is in our characters, mannequins, animations, our blend space, and that was it here. It's very important that the directory is the same as what you saw me not just do a few minutes ago, so that all these appear. If you have any problems with that, just make sure the directory is the same. So yeah, let me just press play. You'll see the animations happen now. So let's equip the sword from the upper body and try and lose, and put the sword back. Okay, show that again. Just make sure that's not back to front. Right, equip sword. Oh my God, are these named right? Okay, that looks like the sword's been put away. So these are back to front. Sorry about that. There we are. Or maybe the name is back to front. Or maybe it's just me. Let's check that again. Yeah, so that'll be an equipping of the sword. And then let's lose them. And then put the sword back. I've just kind of seen that happen. Come back again. Equip the sword. And then put the sword back. Right, so let's make it where they're actually doing that, because the sword is still stuck there, isn't it? So let's fix that. So first thing we're going to do from here is we'll go to our third person, our blueprints, to our AI character. We'll open up our blueprint from here. I should probably show you guys before I do this some of the state machine stuff I put together. So just on here, just a quick look at that. Obviously not this one, it's the improved one we want to see. So we set up our direction here. This is for our offset, and this is all the the default stuff. Yeah. And the way the animations are blended, I'll show you that as well. So we'll do that using the upper body, and if you remember, we made a reference to the anim instance in C++, so that's how all of that works. Not sure what that is. Jump, fall to loop. I've never seen that before. Okay, it's not letting me save. Never mind, I'll come back to that. Yeah, so this is all of our local motion stuff as well. So there's not much to this, to be fair. It is quite simple, but hopefully it helps. So yeah, let me go back to what it is I was going to do. So on the skeleton, we want to attach a few bones, so let's do that. So I'm going to search for right hand. Was it hand right? Sorry, hand right. Yeah. So on here we'll add a bone, a socket should I say. So right click over that, add socket. We'll give that a name of what should we call that? Where is, I'm not getting the details. Oh sorry, that's in your details, not your preview. Just here. So we want to have it have the same name that we set in C++. So that will be sword hand. Oops. That's sword hand. So that'll be for the sword hand, and that will be for the right hand. So the unequipped area will be the leg. So I'll get that done. What we can do as well, if you want, if we just close this for a moment and go back into C++, opening the character class, just so you can see what it is I mean. So if we go into our CPP file, and then just here where we set up all of our where are we? Yeah. So just here where we set up all of our equipped, you can see the names that we gave them. So for equipped in the sword, that's our sword hand. Yeah, and if it's not going to be equipped, then it's going to be the sword leg. So just to remind you of that. So yeah, let me close this down for now and go back into what it is we were doing. So that's that bone set, which is cool. So that should stop the sword from being equipped in between the legs when we equip the sword. So for the right leg, left leg, sorry. So I'm gonna go left thigh, I want the left thigh. This is the one here. That's the one there. So thigh underscore L. We'll add a socket to this as well. Yeah. And then this one shall be called sword leg. Yeah. And then just bring this out a little bit so it doesn't spawn inside the leg. There we are. Might have to play around with that. Wonderful. Let me just put in our sword right hand. What we can also do is add a preview, so we can actually see what it will be like outside of the engine. So we'll add our amazing sword, and then we're going to have to move this around a little bit just to get it in place. So let's do that. Let's bring this down to about here. Let's have a look. Yeah. So you can kind of see he's holding the sword in hand. Bring this down just a little bit. Just slightly higher up. Yeah, that should be okay-ish. So it's something you could probably spend a bit of time doing. but I think that should do the job. Yeah, that'll do. That's okay for the hand. Now we'll do this leg. We'll right click on there, add a preview, and that'll be for our amazing sword again. And obviously you can see where that is. That's definitely not where we want it to be. We want to rotate that around a bit. Kind of just bring it like, maybe something like that. Yeah. Yeah, something like that, innit? And then just bring this out just a teeny bit as well. Yeah, always force animate. Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, let's save. We'll close this down. When we press play, we should see the sword equipped on the side of the leg. Can you see that there? That's pretty cool, isn't it? So when they see us, swords equipped. See, that's pretty cool, man. Let's see if we can get away. Right. Yeah, sword equipped, and that's gone back. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. So yeah, so that's that working. So let me just close this down. Right, back in a moment. Right, welcome back. So what we'll do now is we'll implement the spine rotation for the AI. This will make it so that our AI character can look up and down, like face up and down. So in the event that, let's say, we're up on a platform and like AI is lower, then AI will be able to like rotate the spine and look up. This is probably more important if you decide to have your AI character fire some kind of projectile. Then you want them to be able to do that directly at you, regardless of who's higher up or lower down. So let's implement that. Let me just open up C++. We need to do that on our controller. Wonderful. So in our header file, just here, our AI controller header file, we'll just head down the bottom here and we'll add a function, and we'll call this spine rotation. We need to take in a float delta time and also a bool to say be update pawn. Yeah, that should do the job. Tell the sensor's being a bit slow, giving me all these red lines. I should fix itself in a sec, so let's right click over that, create definition. So yeah, let's add a few things in here. We need to start off with our, I think, pawn. Yes, pawn. A pawn, and with a point to AI character. Get pawn. And we'll say if AI character. So basically, not well. If it's a pawn, basically, then we'll start to rotate. So we'll use a F rotator, and that'll be for a, should we say, spine rotation. Spine rotation equals get rotation. No, get control rotation. Get control rotation. So parameters. Add some more stuff just here. Const, and we need to basically set up a point of focus. Be vector, and that will be vocal point equals get vocal point. Yeah, so I'm going to say if FAI system is valid location, and that will be for the focal point. And we'll do spine rotation equals our focal point. For AI character, we get pawn vector, no, view location. Hey, there we are. That'll be for our rotation. Else, else if the set control rotation that'll be our spine rotation AI character. Character rotation. So I'll do that bit there. Actually, we'll need to do this within the actual if statement, not outside it. So I'm going to say set control rotation, and that will be for our spine rotation. Say if RB update pawn for const for our F rotator, and that'll be for our current pawn rotation equals our AI character get actor rotation, and then we'll say if the current pawn rotation dot equals the spine rotation, set a value. Oh yeah, spine rotation, set a value, say 3F, say equals false. There we are. Then we'll say also we need to do, put that in a parameter brackets. Yeah, we'll say AI character will be we need to face rotation a character, AI character. Yeah, face rotation to spine. And do that at delta time. Yeah. So I think I should do the job. I think so. This will give us our spine rotation for the AI character. Let's compile. Let's also go to our AI folder and to our behavior tree. And let's double check we have ignore self, allow strafe. Yeah, we already set all that all up. Maybe set this to 0.2. Sorry, I know we have changed that a few times, but I think that should be it. Let's press play. See if that's compiled, see if the changes have reflected. Yeah. You can see that happening a bit. So I mean, this maybe isn't as important if your AI character is using a melee weapon like what mine's using. But if you wanted to have like your AI firing projectiles, then you want your AI to be able to look up and downwards. Yeah, it's doing a bit. It's quite snappy, isn't it? Maybe have a play around with that and make it better. Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we now need to make it so that our AI character can actually like swipe the sword at us. Yeah. So let's do that. Right. So back in Visual Studio in the character header file, we just need to add a few more things in here. So the first thing we want to add is a void. We need to have a sword attack. So we'll have that. We'll also have a sword attack completed. Yeah, let's not forget the void. We also, what else do we need? So we need a sword attack from. We need to obviously start the sword attack and obviously complete it. We'll have another bull as well for that. So we'll have bull B sword attack. Yeah. So we definitely need that. We'll add another timer as well for our sword attack timer. So it'll be F timer handle, and we'll call that sword attack timer. Yeah, wonderful. We need to also just down here, right at the bottom where we declared our animations. This isn't meant to be active for our sword attack animation, even though we didn't make use of it. We might as well fix that while we're here. So I say U, just like what you see above. Anim montage. Wonderful. So that's that fixed. We also need to declare a tick because we need to basically create a line trace off our AI character. We could have the same for the player character as well. Maybe we can make some other kind of function of that if you want. But we need that to basically detect if the player is actually in front, and then once that happens, sorry about the background noise if you can hear that, the high street again. Yeah, so once that happens, and we want our AI character to perform the sword attack, so that's why we have these functions. We'll call them with the ball and obviously use a timer, so we'll have that as well. Virtual void, and that will be tick, which takes in float, and that'll be delta time. Oopsie daisy. Float delta time. Oopsie daisy again. It's my keyboard. Honestly, it's not me. So yeah, let's fix that. Float. There we are. Oh, What's going on? Oh, it's a capital F, that's why. Sorry about that. We got there in the end, didn't we? Yeah, so we'll need that as well. So we've got our tick function. So let's just create a definition for that. Let's go back. What else do we need? We also need, let's create a definition for this as well, sorry. Our sword attack. Wonderful. Go back into our header. Let's create a definition for our sword attack completed. So we can check when it's been completed as well. Wonderful. Now we also need a place for where the line trace will come from. Now, because we're using the same class for the AI that we are the character, we can't say if it collides with a character because it's going to collide with itself. We could get it to ignore itself, but that might not always work. This is something through practice. So maybe we could have a little cube or something in it. We'll have that line trace come from. I'm probably waffling on a bit, but yeah. So yeah, be U property, and that will be edit anywhere. And that will be for a U static mesh component, which will just be a cube. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's everything we need for our header file. We need a pointer for that as well. Let's not forget that. Yeah. So let's just double check animations are fine. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So that's everything we need for our character header file. So let's go into our character CPP file and declare some stuff. Tick is just below event begin play. Oh no, it's there. We'll just start here and maybe work our way down. Actually, before we do that, let's just add something in our constructor. Let's say about here. We need to add. What do we need to add? Our cube. Yeah, we need to create our cube. So let's do that. So it'll be a cube equals create default subobject, and that will be a U static mesh component. Give that a text. Be a kind of like weapon thing, isn't it? Maybe. We'll do the job, and then we'll just attach that to the root component. Attachment, sub attachment for the root component. Yeah, that's it. So that'll just give us our cube that we're gonna need, where our line trace will come from. Let's head further bit down here. We need to declare a bool. So for our bool, our B sword attack should always be false on game start. Yeah, let's do the job. I think that's it for that. So we'll head down to where we are doing our sword attack. So when we do our sword attack, we basically want to first check if we want to check if the sword is equipped first, so we can actually do it. Then we also need to check if the sword attack is currently happening, so that way it stops it from kind of like spamming, doesn't it? So we'll say if B sword is it first equip. Was it equip? That's one there, isn't it? Is equipped equals true, and B sword attack that's got to be false. then yeah, it makes sense that we'll be able to do it then. So we need to do the actual animation. So we'll just grab this here and be super duper lazy. We'll slap that in there. There we are. Bang. And what's the name of the attack for the sword attack? In our header file, we'll just double check that is the sword attack animation. It's a really generic name, isn't it? So we'll just get rid of that. So this is when obviously the sword attack will happen. I'm going to call this. Let me just paste that in there. Might as well grab the grab a, what else we need? I'll grab a timer from here as well. There we are, that's extra lazy. We'll just slap the timer under here. The function we're going to call instead is not a quick weapon, we don't want to do that. We want to say sword attack completed. That's the one. We want to be able to do that, say, every 2 seconds. So it's not, I think, so basically the animation I think is only like 1 second, isn't it? So gives it a bit of a breather. Yeah. Forget semicolon. And then we need to, what did we call our timer handle for that? We called it, let's have a look, the sword attack timer, yeah? So we'll just get rid of that. That's the sword attack timer. So after those 2 seconds we'll call the sword attack timer, and then once we do that, then we basically want to say it's false. So when is it true? So it also needs to be true. So we'll say here B sword attack, yeah, B sword attack equals true, because we're first checking that it's false, and if it's not false then it's going to be true. And then while it's true we do the animation, and then yeah, so this means here we'll have it will obviously be false, and it's also B sword attack will be false. Yeah, so that should kind of like wrap up that functionality right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just make sure I haven't made any silly mistakes. Yeah, so let's go down into tick, our tick function. Just here, we first need our super tick, and then just taking our parameters, the delta time. Yeah, and then let's set up the line trace just here. Right, so we'll go with a F hit result, F hit result, and we'll call that on hit when we hit something with a vector. A vector for our start point, and that will be for the cube that we created. And we want to get component location, which will be on the player as well, so that's alright. Annoying. Yeah, so that'll be for our forward vector. Yeah, forward vector we need. Forward vector, and then we want to say this equals to the cube. get the forward vector. Yeah. We also need to add an end as well. So it'll be a vector end equals, that will be for our, not our forward camera, forward vector. Yeah, can do that. Yeah. We'll make this say maybe 200 long. 200 long, yeah, something like that, isn't it? It's about the appropriate distance you want, really, for your line trace. It'll be from our start. Lovely jubbly. So here we'll have our collision F F collision query without the object for our collision params. Yeah, so say if get world and that'll be a line trace by a single channel. Yeah, because one for our on hit start end and also our ECC visibility. This one just here. We'll use that in the engine to make sure that the line trace detects the visibility of something. I'll explain when we get into the engine. That'll be for our collision params. Wonderful. Which I've not spelt correctly. Right, let's spell that properly. Sorry about that. Right. Well, so that's that done. So yeah, I want to say what's going to happen. Let's get that in here. And obviously, just in here, we want to specify what it is we're going to hit. So I want to check the actor that obviously we're going to hit is ourselves. Should be B blocking hit and hit. We'll get the actor and we'll check if is A. If it is a I like that, is A. It's quite simplistic, isn't it? A game character? Yeah. We'll check if it's a game character. If so, which is a static class. Let's forget those parameters right there. run a say a cast in it to see if it's definitely us. That'll be for a game. Be a game character, and that will be for a hit. Should we say hit character? Hit character equals a cast or for a game character. Yeah, should be right. For on hit. Yeah. Get my parameters. Right, so yeah, that should be right. Need one more parameter here. Magic. So yeah, that's that done. So we'll say so yeah, semicolon. Then yeah, we want to say if the hit character get the mesh. And then this is where we can basically say what we want to happen once we hit the mesh. So we'll have a return, we need a return for our hit character. For our hit character, yeah. And then yeah, we could probably just call sword attack from here. Now, obviously, we've already set up the timers for all that kind of stuff, so you probably think, well, if that's in the update function, isn't that going to like do a million times a second? But it won't. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Yep. We'll grab this engine print string thingy. Let's be lazy and just plop that up in here. We want to check. We just want to check that the character is in range, don't we? Character in attack range. Yeah, man. I think that's everything. If not, we'll find out in a second. Let's go and compile. Come on, nice and quick. Okay, we've got an error. Let's find out what that is. Oh, the game character. Haha. Where did I type that? A game character. Oh, let's see what that is. Huh? Let's compile from here. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, really? So that, hang on a sec, that makes no sense. Let me go to the third person blueprint. Let's just check if the cube's there. No cube. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's unreal, isn't it? I do apologise you had to endure all of that. Let me see if the cubes appeared. Sometimes they appear and they don't. Oh, now it's there. Wow. So, yeah. So I just need to mentally reboot. Won't be a moment. Right, I'm back. So let's go into our character BP AI class. First thing we'll do is we'll grab our cube and we'll bring this out of the capsule. We also need to, don't forget to compile that, because I think otherwise what's going to happen is if we press play, I think our character cube is not going to collide just yet, because we need to basically, if we just go back into Visual Studio, can you see here where we set our visibility? We need to set that on the capsule of our third person character. So if we go to our capsule, I mean, you can do the same thing for both if you want to do some stuff on your character class as well. We'll set this to custom so we can customize it, and just where we have our visibility to ignore, we can just set that to block. We'll compile that, save. We also need to basically say, well, our character cube also needs to come out as well. So bring that out, because otherwise we'll probably get a constant printing message on the screen. Forget to save. It says we're in range, but we're not calling the attack. Let's find. Sorry, I know what it is. If we go, I'm a silly billy. If we go back onto our BP AI class, I forgot to add the sword attack animation. Let's add that in there. Press compile, save, close that down, and then now when we press play, we should see that animation happening, the actual attack. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Hey, make sure you like and subscribe, man. Especially if you got some value out of the content. I mean, by all means, it's not perfect, but I think it's a good starting point for your AI. Definitely, you can do a lot with it. Expand upon it. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys would like me to continue working on this series, improving on, upon this. I'll definitely want to do another AI series. Maybe one where we don't use Blackboards would be pretty cool. Maybe even some machine learning. I'll definitely love to do something like that. So definitely, if you get stuck as well, make sure you reach out to me. I'll do my best to help you out. Project files are available, so you can just download them if you want to play around and see how things work. I think that's about it. Is there anything else? Yeah. Also, if you've got ideas for things that you'd like to see, like how come he's not done a video on that, or I want to know how to do that, then also put that in the comment section. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out.